This presentation provides an overview of the upcoming construction project on US 31E Bardstown Road from the I-265 eastbound off-ramp south to Hillock Drive. At the end of the presentation, there is further direction on how to submit any questions and comments that you may have. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, teamed with consultants, are in the preliminary design phase for a construction project on US 31E that involves a free flow added lane from the off-ramp and also includes access management along the corridor. The project begins at the I-265 eastbound off-ramp and ends at the intersection of Hillock Drive and Colonel Hancock Drive for a project length of approximately 0.68 miles. At the beginning of each roadway project, the Transportation Cabinet creates a purpose and needs statement that clearly identifies why the project is needed and the objectives that will be important to address with design and construction. The purpose of this project is to prevent fatal and severe crashes and to improve traffic flow along US 31E. In addition to improving safety and reducing traffic congestion, the proposed project will consider access needs. There have been a couple recent studies conducted along the corridor. A safety study that identified opportunity for safety improvements utilized various tools and traffic simulations to evaluate options, with the main focus being on preventing fatal and serious injury crashes. Improvement options from the safety study were selected by the project team to move forward to design and construction with this project. Additionally, a planning study is in the final stages along this corridor, and public input received from the planning study noted that congestion and safety are the two most important priorities along US 31E. This section of US 31E was identified as being ranked the number 7 corridor on Louisville's high injury network, having experienced a high number of fatal and suspected serious injury crashes. During the crash analysis, it was determined that an overwhelming 92% of fatal and injury crashes occurred at intersections along the corridor. To highlight a couple of high crash locations noted here on the screen, one is at the intersection of the off-ramp and US 31E. This intersection experienced the highest total number of crashes, with a majority of those crashes involving a rear-end collision with vehicles turning right from the off-ramp onto southbound US 31E. Another high crash location was at the intersection of Ichabod Drive and US 31E. At this one intersection, there were 48 angle crashes over the 5-year crash period. These angle crashes involved turning vehicles from the side access points. 10 of these angle crashes resulted with an injury, and one resulting in a fatality. Traffic simulations based on existing traffic conditions and projected traffic growth were utilized to develop improvement concepts. This graphic displays a snapshot of measured simulated queue lengths for the PM peak hour afternoon condition, where the heavy traffic movement is from the off-ramp and south along US 31E towards Mount Washington. Maximum queues were noted along US 31E from the signal at Cedar Creek Road backing into the downstream signal at South Point Boulevard. Queues were also noted to extend almost back near the Gore on the eastbound off-ramp. The next few slides will highlight the preliminary design along this section of US 31E. The first main improvement is a right turn free flow lane from the off-ramp that continues south as an added lane on US 31E southbound to Hillock Drive and is highlighted in this graphic. Additional raised islands are planned for pedestrian crossings. Turning radius for commercial vehicles will be improved for the left turns from the off-ramp. The added southbound lane continues through this next section. This section also highlights the access management that is proposed along the corridor. A raised hardened median along the center of US 31E is to be constructed to prevent turning vehicles from the side streets. If you are traveling along US 31E northbound and want to access a destination on the west side of US 31E, you could turn left at the signalized intersection of Cedar Creek Road and utilize backage roads, or perform a U-turn shown in the graphic with a green U-turn arrow at the South Point signalized intersection, and then turn right into the desired destination. If you are traveling along US 31E southbound and want to access a destination on the east side, you could turn left at the signalized intersection of Brittlinger Lane and utilize backage roads, or perform a U-turn shown with an orange arrow in the graphic, and then turn right into the desired destination. This final section of the roadway project shows the added lane transitioning into the right turn only lane at Hillock Drive. This section also includes an asphalt resurface that will restripe and resurface this stretch. A raised hardened median is also proposed to prevent left turns at the Ichabod Drive intersection and vehicles turning out of major lane. There is an existing backage road that provides connection between Colonel Hancock Drive and Brentlinger Road for vehicles to use. After gathering public input and meeting with local stakeholders, the preliminary design will transition into final design, taking input into an account. And then the project will move forward to construction. There are underground utility relocations that will need to occur prior to the roadway construction that is anticipated to begin in 2026. The project website has additional information for your use. There is a long plot that has been uploaded that shows all of the proposed improvements in detail, as well as additional supporting documents. There is a contact page on the website where a comment and/or question can be submitted, and someone from the project team will follow up with any answers. An interactive questionnaire has been posted that can be submitted electronically as well, and all of this is available on the project website. We would like to thank you for viewing this presentation, and we look forward to reading your responses to the questionnaire and receiving any questions or comments that you may have.